You guys ready? We ready? Everybody ready? Can you make this so quick? I know.
All these bills in,
I'd be crying. 6 p.m. call order.
Mike Knoll,
Present.
Mike Parsons,
Present.
Anthony Campbell,
Present.
Mary Wiles,
here,
Stacy Gilcom,
present.
Trevor Warner, Michael Bennett.
Present.
5-0, we have
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Anybody want the invocation? Barb, you did? I'll try. The agenda looks all right with you guys. Need a motion to adopt the agenda? You guys got anything extra you need to add or speak now? No? Okay.
Make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
Mike Parsons,
Yes.
Anthony Campbell,
Yes.
Mary Wiles,
Yes.
Stacy Gilcom,
Yes.
Trevor Warner, Michael Bennett.
Yes.
Passed 5-0.
Next up will be ratify the 2024 bills. You guys should have those in front of you. Guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll try to answer them the best I can. You guys are ready? Let's see a motion to ratify.
Trevor just got out of the shower. He will be here shortly.
Trevor fashion. Any questions?
Make a motion to ratify the bills for the month. Second.
Mike Parsons,
Yes.
Anthony Campbell,
Yes.
Mary Miles,
Yes.
Stacy Oakham,
Yes.
Trevor Warren, Michael Bennett.
Yes.
Pass 5-0.
Next up would be minutes from the November 4th meeting. See if you guys have any changes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the November 4th, 2024 meeting.
Second.
Mike Parsons,
Yes.
Anthony Campbell,
Yes.
Mary Miles,
Yes.
Stacy Oakham,
Yes.
Trevor Warren, Michael Bennett.
Yes.
Pass 5-0.
Thank you, guys. Next up would be Dixon, Chrissy,
Yep.
it's your time to shine.
It's not time to shine. Okay, so I made pamphlets for everybody, just so you can be on the same page with me. And I made it in large print for myself, so I can actually see the reading. Do I just stand here and talk? Do I yell from my seat? How does this
Whatever,
work?
was-
This is
whatever's
my
comfortable
first
for
time
you.
here. No.
It doesn't matter to us.
Okay, I'm gonna stand then.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm Christine. I've lived here for almost 20 years. It's coming on 20 years. I've been the manager of the manor for almost 9. I think I'm on 9. I tried to count today, but you know, as we get older, I get a little fuzzier with the years I've been here and left. The water bill is creating a crisis for our elderly and disabled with the manor. Along with other bills, as you know, there's a huge increase. And in 2023, we spent over $38,000. For 2024, we're on track to go over $40,000. With the 2% increase, that's an over $2,000 increase a year. It's going to force us, and it has forced us, to raise rent with people with limited income. And I can tell you the limited income ranges anywhere from $8,000 to $9,000 to, I think our max on Social Security can be upwards of 14, depending on if they have a large retirement, then it can be higher than that. But most of our elderly and disabled at the complex don't make more than about, I want to say 20,000, 22,000. In section 1E, we only have 1 meter, but we're assessed 46 units. It's just no longer affordable housing. So moving on to section 2. We've got elderly hauling in water because of the quality of water here in Dixon. I do inspections several times, probably about 3 times a year. I do inspections up in and out. Some people have it sectioned out for cooking. They take it from the faucet, they filter it, they cook with that water. Some people haul bottles of water in, and a lot of our elderly are doing that because of the quality. So now we're paying $40,000 a year, but we're not even getting the quality of a $40,000. Moving on to section 3. The late fee is one of the reasons why I'm here. Basically, we are at the mercy of a management company. So if they're late, we end up paying $400, sometimes $300. We are non-for-profit. I think I said that very large in my print. This places a huge burden on us because sometimes we don't know it because we're not supposed to really touch our bills. We're rural development property. It doesn't really go through our hands. We have a management company who has an accountant who pays our bills. What I would like is if we can reduce that fee, even a 2% fee would be amazing for a non-for-profit because that would still be a $73 fee, which is in many cases more than a credit card company. But the fees, we paid over $1,000 in fees this year, almost $1,100. And it's not our fault, unfortunately. I wish I could stand here and say this is all my fault, but it's the management's fault and the board has dealt with it. We will have to raise our rent $75 to bridge the gap. Not only, there are other expenses, as you know, we do have insurance that has gone up. I think everybody's insurance has. But the water bill is really the biggest stickler here because we also have to plan for the future. So our $75 increase is the only bare minimum increase we could do. And the water bill honestly plays a huge part in that. The solution I have, obviously, is to basically somehow grandfather us in. Like I said here, every apartment in our complex brings revenue into our community. It does. They shop at Dollar General, they walk down to the bank, every single one. We're becoming non-for. I called Jay Estates and I said, hey Steph, how much is your rent? We are so close to Jay Estates. I think now we're over, aren't we? We're over Jay Estates rent, and they're not non-for-profit, they're profit. We are elderly and disabled housing. We have 46 apartments. We have sometimes 2 people to those apartments. So you're talking about not only 46 people, but let's say we have half of those have dual occupancy. Now we have a lot more revenue that's supposed to come into Dixon. We're no longer competitive. We're just not. Forcing our tenants to pay more is really causing potential applicants to say, never mind, I'll stay in St. Albert. Never mind, I'll go to Vienna. Never mind, I'll go to Richland. Because we just can't compete anymore for our small town values. I do believe in Dixon. That's why I'm here. I've lived here. I didn't mean to live here for almost 20 years, but now I'm used to the small town living. If we want to give our residents, if we want to give the people of Dixon a place to stay that's not only affordable and that won't send them running out of our town and support the revenue of our town, I believe that I would like to see, or I would like you to consider somehow figuring out how to help our rates. Somehow. I mean, the suggestion is for even the city council possibly to create an ordinance that only addresses, and I prepared for you as well, Mr. Trevor. So, I would like if there's any way we can do an industrial commercial rate for a certain amount of units and up, or even just for nonprofit organizations. Because we're no longer, I have a small wait list, I'm trying to get people in before the rate increase, and we are working with rural development as well. So we're trying to work with rural development and say, hey, we can't afford, some of this is not sustainable. So we're actually taking, this is what we're doing with the management company. We're taking a loss. So what we're doing is we're telling people who are living over 30% of their income, don't worry, we know this is a $75 increase. We're going to go to rural development. We're going to ask them for more RAs, which means that they'll get reduced rent based on what they're making. because we only have a certain amount of property. Right now, we have, I think, 34 or 32 units where people only pay what they can afford. However, for the $75 increase, that's going to push so many over what they can afford. So we as a property are willing to take a loss until we can try to find a solution. But that means, again, our budget takes a hit. So with a 2% increase every year, we're going to be paying almost $50,000 in a few years in water, and it's just not sustainable. And at the very last page, I have the major difference, what I need you guys to really realize, because I'm sure if you got a bill like this in the mail from the months outlined in the middle, the one before the increase and the one after the increase, you probably would run down to City Hall and go, what the heck happened to my bill? And this is just a really good example on paper of what you see. You see us having a pretty decent sized water bill to over 3,000, right? Because I forgot my glasses over there now. I think, so that's a pretty significant jump for a nonprofit. That's it. That's all I got.
So,
do you have questions?
yes.
Okay.
And I just want to kind of work through here, so
Yeah.
if I lose you, make sure you.
I'm going to get water.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead.
So, quality of water, and I understand people will complain about water, but our quality of water is probably some of the best in the state, I would say. We're probably one of the only cities left, there may be 10 in the whole state that don't chlorinate and so on, and we're one of the few. So, quality of water, maybe the lines need flush or something like that, but quality of water is, I don't think that's a real issue. That is my honest opinion.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, when we have a water issue, it's a line that's flushed or something like that. So if your tenants are having those issues, they need to be brought to our attention, and they can be directed down here, Christine, to a work order, and we can go check and make sure we address that.
I would love to address that.
I would argue this till I was blue in the face, that quality of water is not, it's a perception.
Okay.
We all work off the same aquifer, somebody with a well here in town, it's the same water we do here, it's no different.
Okay.
So,
10 miles out of town.
either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, address that. So, the late fee, can you explain to us, because I don't quite understand, why do you guys not pay your bills yourself?
Okay.
To me, it seems if you're trying to save money, okay, this is just me talking
Okay.
about here, if we're trying to save money, I'm paying an outside source that can't do their job, because that's what you're telling me, and that's what I was gonna bring this up to,
You're right.
and causing a significant amount of late fees. Why?
I was in tears when I found out how much we owed in late fees. It was
Yes.
pretty hot.
So,
Here's what we did. Here's the history of the Manor. I took over in 2016. I self-managed. The manager prior to that, there was a lot of issues. So because it was in such disrepair financially, rural development said, I'm sorry, you've done a great job, you've tried, but we're going to have a management company. We're going to force you to take a management company. We didn't want a management company, so I got training that I needed with a management company, with rural development. They work hand in hand. That's why, because rural development said, you're not allowed to manage it on your own anymore.
have we not tried to get it back? Is that not
Oh, yes, we have.
Okay.
Have you had a
Yes.
conversation with the management company that they're paying
The
this?
board did.
Absolutely.
I just don't understand.
If we had a discussion.
No, that's why we did
If they
that.
are causing the late fees, I would think that they would incur the late fees and that'd be part of their.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they're getting paid a percentage, right? They're not doing it for free.
Don't get me, yeah. We did try to self-manage, but that's a whole nother.
Okay, so
we don't need
that answers that question.
Yeah. And the board did address it, and they're going to take care of it.
So rural development is a diehard no, you can't.
Absolutely. We have years and years and years and years ago, the rural development gave us a loan. They remodeled and stuff up there. In so many years, it's supposed to be paid for. Thought that would be this year. No, 2058. We have to stay with them till 2058, or we have to come up with a lump sum and pay off the loan, which there's no way to come up with. So then, yeah, we got rid of the first management company because they were not above board. and got a second management company. I have been in contact with them a lot. And whenever I saw the late fees, I called them and exploded.
Yeah, I definitely would, because that's
That's ridiculous.
not us.
But,
No, I understand that. It's just your
but
policy.
it's just, you know, that doesn't, we can't afford to pay the water bills as they are. We can't afford it. Or we're gonna go under.
There's only
Is,
one.
There's
There's only one meter.
Can we,
Yeah, so just to explain this, Lynn, and this is something that when we incurred, the city was, and I say, I don't even know how long I've been doing this, but when, 6 years. So, when we took over, some of us up here, I say took over, however we want to word it, that one of the ways the city was losing money and a financial crisis, we were in a financial crisis, is because you have one meter that was against the ordinance and everything else. Every unit is supposed to have a meter. So we had to figure out how to
You couldn't
fix
afford
this.
that.
that was the way
You
it was
couldn't afford to run
established.
46 separate meters.
Oh, but it would be.
Because you would have to install.
No, it would be,
It's on the home.
it would be on the homeowner.
Well,
We're not a
So,
homeowner.
We're not home.
The building.
the building,
If somebody puts a subdivision.
But when the property was established, that's what it came with. And at that point in time,
They saved $40,000, $4,000 back in 1970 when they built it.
well, those
Built in
were
1968.
68.
Versus
That's
68.
So what happened?
Yeah.
yeah, so just let me explain this real quick so you can see our rationale, because again, what this boils down to is the city can't lose money so you guys can make money. So we have to find, but I want you to see where our side of it is, and then maybe we can come to some solution, but that is the case. So the $400 or whatever it was averaging back then, the average homeowner back then was paying $100. So you have how many units up there?
46.
46. So we tried to come up with a fair number that was still cheaper than every person having a meter. And for the most part, was it easy? No, because trust me, we heard it from every side of it. But we have to make it fair because the
But
person
you're
does not.
paying, the water meter shows what the water usage is and what the sewers usage is for all the complex.
Yes.
All the complex.
Doesn't show sewer gate, but it does show water, yes. It's based
So
on.
if it shows that, they're paying on that bill that the water goes through the water meter. Just like a homeowner pays for the water that goes through that water meter.
Okay, so.
And it is a commercial meter. So it is,
Yeah.
it does bump up. So
Yeah, it
the
does.
water is being paid for. We're not paying for the
No
water.
one said you weren't paying for it, Gabe, but the rationale and how I think we see it, and please correct me if anybody sees it differently here. It'd be like, Gabe, at your house, right? You don't live in the city, but let's say at your house, you got 10 people living on it, right? And you have one meter, you're paying the city for that, but the rest of the people are getting the water basically for free, because where the city makes the money, and it helps us be profitable, so to say, is off the base rate and so forth. Okay, so when we don't have that, you have 10 other people back here getting water, what we would consider at the time for free. That was the rationale there.
So-
How are we getting it free?
Yeah, we're still paying for
They're not
it.
paying the minimum rate, like
If
everyone
you
else.
have 10 people living in your house, what does it make any
No,
difference?
no,
If it's
no.
one or 10, it's
No,
one
no,
meter.
not your house, on the
Not
property,
On the property line.
on the property.
Not the house.
Not just one house, we're talking multiple properties.
It'd be like.
It's kind of like the mobile homes.
But
It'd be like you
that's
have
not
10 other
considered
houses.
each individual property. It's considered one complex.
It's no difference than as we treated Jaden and so forth and all of it.
But they
Anyway,
make a profit. We're non-for-profit. We make no money to be on the board.
I get it.
We make no, it's non-for-profit.
I understand. Where are we at in Brickwise compared to Rolla, St. Robert, and other places? I know you've brought that up.
$5.30 is what the rent has had to increase to,
No,
correct?
not our rate. What is the
So,
other cities?
We're not very far off. So we are right at Vienna's. We are probably, hold on.
If you don't know what you're seeing, it's fine. I'm just curious.
I'm reaching. Now you make me want to look it up want to look it up? For one bedroom in St. Robert?
I don't know in St. Robert, I know what it is here. $475 for a one-bedroom apartment here.
Well, we're 520 now.
Is it 520? I thought we decided it's 530.
I don't think so, it's 520.
So for our side of things, the only other solution we could have done was not giving everyone a base rate, but made usage extremely high.
So I guess maybe I'm ignorant of how city government works, but can you do some sort of ordinance for nonprofits? Is that even possible? Has it ever been done or will it?
Yeah, anything,
Okay.
you know, we can make an ordinance for anything. I don't know.
Let's start today.
Well, the bottom line
The
is,
problem is though, is you guys have to realize that somewhere, it has to make sense for us. We can't lose money, so you guys can make money.
But
we're not making money.
honestly,
We're
whatever
not
it
making
is,
money.
We can't lose money, you guys
I
can
get
stay in
it.
business.
Whatever. we-
So if that property folds and we have no place for those people to go,
I'm not saying it's a great idea or anything else, but I'm just,
well, it's the point. That's the point we're at here.
It's getting close.
what good does it do if the city folds
But
too?
well,
Then
I don't think the
What was
city,
everybody talking about 10 years ago? That they were gonna
I don't think the city.
foreclose on the city basically,
Yeah.
right? Because we were
I think what-
275,000 dead, just for
Yeah.
stupid stuff.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
But
But I think what we're looking at, just to let you know, if we could get something done with the water, our goal is to look at the budget and decrease the rent instead of keep it at that 75. Say, here you go. I mean, I've got people who lived in this community, and I don't want to throw out names because I don't know how she'd feel about that. Elderly woman, she's like, I can't afford this. She said, I'm gonna have to move.
I don't think anywhere you move in this day and age, I mean, the economy we're in right now is. Nothing's cheap. Nothing's cheap.
No,
mean,
I agree.
What have
But nothing has,
What's the
everything has
minimum?
went up, but nothing has increased as much as our water bill has.
No, it's like.
Oh my
it's
gosh,
like-
yeah, go buy it. Go buy a dozen of eggs 5 years ago. It went up.
Nothing has increased as much as the water has. It really has not.
Well, yeah, ordinance, if you haven't had your tenants and is paying the minimum, minimum, they're still paying help from,
So the government agency,
Well, we've covered.
Rural development.
We're gonna try with rural
like
development.
MOGA.
There's only so much, MOCA has grants, and then they run out of grant funds. I do know that. So sometimes you get help, and then sometimes it fails. But I'm not here for it. Because I don't, yeah, I would really, you have to understand, demand is like part of my heart now, and we have some amazing elderly people who lived here all of their life. We have had veterans, we have veterans there now. We have a kind of mishmash. We have our disabled that live there, we have our elderly, we have veterans. It's just hard to see such a drastic change for me, that we've never been in this position in 9 years. We've been in trouble before. When I took over, I didn't know how I was gonna make the next payment on some things. However, we've climbed out of that, and now we're kind of back in it, because this is becoming a larger and larger burden. And the rent increase is just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And they're not, if you look, that's another point. If you look at their increase, so at the end of the year, they're gonna get this whopping increase, and I say that sarcastically, from Social Security. So they're gonna get what, a 2% increase or less?
And then their insurance and Medicaid will go up higher
And
and they'll
then
lose
the
that.
the benefit for Medicaid, that goes up to 185 or more. And so they're never gonna come out ahead. If they have cars, they have to pay car insurance. They have to do all, so it's just, if you have a brilliant solution, I'm excited.
All of this is way bigger than the city of Dixon. This is not our fault that we have to.
I'm not saying anything's your fault, because I know that we both have to live in this community and try to do our best for this community.
I have.
But
I have
I'm
10
very-
houses.
What's that?
I'm a landlord.
Yeah.
I've managed my own properties. I have to raise rent on every single one of them.
Yeah, I understand.
Water bill goes up on
But
that.
you're
every year,
also, but you're not a non-for-profit, like, that's my
I
statement.
feel like
If
it's
I was a landlord, I wouldn't be in here. But I'm a
Yeah, you would.
landlord of
Yeah, you
non-profit.
would.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay,
You would.
Trust me, Jaden States was in here.
okay.
So in
But-
this process of building the residence, then you take the total amount for the month and then divide it by the 46 units equally? Is that how?
They don't pay water and sewer and trash. We burden that expense.
Okay, so that's included in?
That is included.
Okay.
So, what was either way, your water bills were running like, what, $200 a month per? before
No,
that?
it was like 400 and then it jumped up to 15 and I don't know why it went back down. So we were paying 1,500, we were paying 400, then we went over the 1,000 mark and then we've gone over the 4,000.
So just from our perspective, so you can see each unit just divided by the 46, and we were paying $400 a month, 408, it's like less than $9 a month per unit.
And
So
that's
I've
because
done the math.
Yeah,
I'm not saying.
I know, but
yeah.
I'm just, from our perspective,
Okay.
everyone else that hasn't either is paying $100.
And I'm pretty sure that while he was paying the $200 or $300 water bill, the meter was being read wrong for years.
Yeah,
If we did not come.
It's possible.
It's not possible, it was being read wrong. Because I started this 6 years ago, the schools were paying, the high school was paying a water bill was $160 a month.
Right.
My water bill at my house was higher than that. And there's 1,000 kids up there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you know, they don't just flush the toilet off. So I did, this probably stemmed, all originated from me when I started digging into that. So it's probably my fault.
I don't want free water bill. Like I want, there has to be a solution. So that's why I'm here. I've just seen 2 increases from the water bill and so I just thought, hey, the worst you can do is look at me and say, you know,
No, we don't want to do that. Because I don't want to push anybody out of this town. I don't want to do that. But first of all, we need to you guys need to get this management company and fix that.
We did. We've already taken care of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, that's a good step in the right
Let's
direction.
take it.
That's a lot, I need to be paying that.
But it's still hard. I mean, you know that. It's still hard when you have a $4,000, bill and you have a percentage of that. It's enough to make your heart sink a little bit, or it is for mine.
Christine, that bill hasn't been paid, it was due on the 20th, and it's still
Oh, thank
paid.
you. Okay.
Really?
It should be. The penalty though.
Don't have to address it again. Thank you.
I will be on it tomorrow.
Is there no way to keep that from the management company? Let them take care of
Well,
everything else?
the
You just take
management
care of
company
the water
assured
bill?
us that they have it taken care of. And
Well, all they have to do is call me, I'll write a check and bring it down here.
I know, we should.
And they know it.
Listen, we didn't have any late bills when we were paying our bills.
No, and it just, as we were digging into this, that's one of the things we've seen. I mean, like, the last 2 years, you guys have paid almost $1,500 on your fees.
That's why I wanted to address it in that too, because, it is what it is. If we can lower it, that's fine. I mean, we're just at the mercy of them, unfortunately.
No, I won't.
Do they cover that?
They will cover that, yes, ma'am.
They will cover it because they said that they would and they're counting on it.
And that should be
Oh,
part
so
of
you
your
guys aren't
contract,
paying
that
What's that?
You're not paying.
They're
the
late,
fee.
they pay that.
Say that again.
You're not paying the late fee that's coming from the management company?
Management company is paying that,
We
yes.
have been paying it unbeknownst to us until we started digging into this whole budget.
Out of what they
Because
think.
they brought to us the $75 increase. And we started digging in to see what we actually paid. And then we stumbled upon that we had paid so
Do you
much.
guys not reconcile, like,
Do what?
you guys don't reconcile what the management company does versus the actual?
No. They send
I'm not meaning that
statements.
this seems asinine. I mean,
They send statements, but their statements are so vague. Discussions about that too, because I want to know what it goes to. What goes to Lowe's, what goes to Tri-County, what goes to electric, water, I want to know. And those are supposed to be being straightened out now. And this management company is better than the other management company.
that
But we have to go with what
blows me away.
USDA says we have to do with. Listen, I'd be happy to get rid of them,
Yeah.
but they won't allow it. And if somebody wants to come up with several $100,000 worth of money, we get rid of all of them. But
Can I ask, if it's on my business, just tell me, what's your guys' outstanding?
do what?
Okay, so there's a grant that we received that's up in 2025. I think that's what Kay's talking about.
2058.
And then, well, that's a whole separate issue. So then there's another issue that came up that we have to stay with the USDA and rural development, and we have to stay with them for the duration of our loan. But that's a whole separate issue that we have to deal with the management company.
Individually, do the residents get anything from Department of Health and Senior Services?
For instance,
As far as income or programs that support?
not that I'm aware of. Now,
No.
some health insurances now are offering debit cards with food on them, and that, some of them do have that. It's not widespread in our local community though.
No,
And then
they're all
there's the
fixed
caring center.
income.
The caring center gives them food, and if I know that somebody's going without food, then I refer to the caring center. Or we help, Dale and I help, Dale's a maintenance man, Dale and I will help them any way we can. So, I'm not looking at you guys to fix everything that's wrong with our little community, but the water bill is heavy on my mind, so I need to give it a shot.
And yeah, those lines do definitely need to be flushed. The water.
Well, you go up there
It's
and
really,
see,
really
there
bad.
used to be flush valves at the end, at the back, they're probably covered up, you can't find them. Because when I was a kid, I used to go up there with Dad,
Yeah, I think
and he
that
had to flush the valves himself.
there just needs to be open line of communication, Christine. Anytime you guys have an issue, call down here and talk to
Unless
Avery.
they've got.
Well, I didn't even know.
She'll put a work order in,
Unless they've got
and we can flush the system.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not ours, but if we can find it for you,
That would be
I know
amazing.
Dale will flush them.
Right, okay. All right, I'm gonna sit. Thank
Like
you.
all bureaucracies, we don't have a very good system for passing information on from one time to another iteration of
Right.
bureaucrats.
Which we is.
So I have a couple, if you don't mind, can I ask a question?
That's all you want.
The other apartment complexes in Dixon that are for-profit, did they also get a surcharge added to their water bill?
Yes.
The same amount, $40?
It's straight across the board, yes.
Does, for instance, when Doug has an apartment unoccupied, does it still have to pay that $40?
Yes. Yep.
How did you arrive at $40?
So I thought it was 60.
It's 60.
I mean, did you just pick that number, or how did you arrive at $40?
The minimum, I think at the time when we decided that, the minimum for a standard house meter was 85.
Yes.
And then we just do the percentage thereof. Because there's less equipment for us to maintain. So we do have.
Well, everybody's got stuff you gotta maintain, I understand that. I just
But-
wondered if it was all the same all the way across.
Straight across the board. Any multi-family, multi-occupancy, property.
Frisco, Manor, Forest View, and James.
First, you already has individual meters.
Oh, they have
And
meters.
so they were metered individually like they're supposed to.
And so, I understand what you're trying to do. I was on the council years ago. I was actually an occupant in the manor before some of you people were born, and none of you were in Dixon. I lived there in 1968 and 9 until summer of 1970 because it was brand new and they didn't have any people there to rent. And Luther Riddle, who was the gas facilities manager and in charge of getting the first part of that built, they needed occupancy. It wasn't just my wife and I, it was some other people in town, couples, even some military couples that were, driving to Fort Wood to work and all that kind of thing. Paid $45 a month. And all we had to pay was our electric. The water was included. Well, of course, they eventually got us out, but they had to, and people started filling it up. And then they added, years later, another 30, I think it was, apartments, or 28 apartments. And so, but in the process of that 40, now almost 55 years, everything's going up, we get that, you know, I understand that, the rent goes up accordingly. But my question is, and even this, you know, and I know you're not trying to hurt people, but I just don't quite understand why you're in that particular apartment complex, that those, has anybody ever been up there really? Have you ever actually walked up the sidewalks and seen some of the people
I've been
that
all
live
over
there?
there, Lynn.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're on their last leg, people.
Before they go in our.
I mean, their next job, their next place is gonna be a cemetery. You know, they are on their last legs, and they are on fixed income. Some of them, and Christine can tell you, if, you know, go through the certifications, some of them are probably on less than $1,000 a month. Maybe
Who's paying
$700
that?
a month.
The federal government, right?
And so what you're doing, maybe you're not intentionally doing it, but you're adding a situation where they really have to decide how much can I eat? Where can I buy food? Can I, you know, I mean, really? And I don't think sometimes we fully understand that situation, you know.
Does everyone pay the same rent up there, or is it according to their income?
No, it's based on the income.
Okay.
And some of them get assistance to pay their rent through USDA.
Do you have individual counsel the occupants? Because some don't have a problem paying all. I mean, they get enough income to pay. But the ones that don't have enough money to pay, do you try to assist them in getting help from somewhere?
Yeah, Christine will
Is
go
that
through the
what
paperwork.
part of what you do?
Every year they have to recertify with their income.
Yes, they have to show that, you know, whether it's from Social Security, SSI, you know, or whatever, even if they have some retirement income other than Social Security, and that's how it's certified, and then that's how their rent is determined. You know, so.
I know you said you have a USDA loan, right?
It was
Can you
built
still
through
get
the
a
US
grant to
Department of
help the
Agriculture.
manor pay for the utilities, the water and stuff? Will they let you qualify for a grant through USDA? Because Shanae was here and she was trying to
Well, it was.
get the grants here. I didn't
The
know.
remodeling was a grant, more or less, but you had to be paid back. I mean, it wasn't just free money, not like this was. I mean, this was built on free money here. We didn't have to pay a dime on this thing.
I think we're
You
paying
know.
for it now,
Yeah, we pay.
What's that?
though. We're paying for it now. It's called inflation.
Well, you probably are, but I'm saying, but you did. You got a good
There's no
chunk of
such
money
thing as free money.
from the commission, and they, you know, and they built a nice building,
We're lucky to get it.
Yeah.
you know.
We were very lucky to get it, because it could have.
Well,
very
it's
well-
fine, I'm not against that, I'm just saying, if yours was, you know, you didn't have to go to the bank and get a loan,
No, but we're not the only community that got this.
you know, and we can't either. We're not allowed to do that either, you know. Everything has to go through the U.S. Department of Agriculture, through their rural development thing. So, now, I understand, and I know the city went broke and all that,
Who actually owns the manor?
but
It's an entity in itself, so nobody owns it, because it's a nonprofit. It's listed as Dixon Community Housing.
So the board owns it.
Senior center.
The board supervises it, but there's no owners listed.
now to clarify that. How many years ago did we first get Bell?
That was in 2017.
We used to be our own sole owner, or board. You know, this is, we're talking, what, 8, 10 years ago now?
Yeah.
And we had a board just like we do now, and we made all of the decisions. Alan Zepp was the president of the board at the time. And it got to a point where we didn't feel like we could manage it, quote unquote. So we first went to a company called Bell Management. And they turned out to be less than desirable, quite honest. And so then we got rid of them, our contract ran out, and we went to Sustainable Management. And that's where we've been now for the last 2 years. Basically.
We're on our second.
Yeah, in the second year now.
Are they local?
I'm sorry.
They're not local?
No, they're in Springfield, and Bell wasn't local either.
Is there
I mean, they own a lot of
Where
different,
you have to get, go. to the
Yes,
property manager.
USDA, you have to have them approve who you get.
Right.
We had to find that out the hard way.
yeah.
So you can't just go to like a real estate company over here and say,
No.
right?
But they'll manage, they'll also manage the Vienna housing too, as well as others, whatever role. Arkansas, Oklahoma, I mean, it's a big deal. Those, if you don't realize, those are big companies that manage complexes, apartments and senior housing and all that kind of stuff. But, you know,
I move that we table this issue until we can have some internal discussion,
Yeah.
deliberation,
Yeah.
with the council here.
I'm for that.
Thank you, guys.
Right ahead.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, we really do, thank you.
Next up would be annexation, public hearing. Any discussion on the public hearing? Go Next up would be ordinance, our bill number 2024-00448. I need a motion for first reading by title only.
Make a motion for first reading by title only of Bill 2024-048.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Oakum?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Guthrie?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
An ordinance annexing real estate into corporate limits of the City of Dixon. I need a motion for second reading by title only.
I'll make a motion for a second reading of bill number 2024-0048.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Oakum?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Guthrie?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
An ordinance annexing real estate into corporate limits of the City of Dixon. I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve bill number 2024-0048.
A second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Oakum?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Guthrie?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
We're going to do it workout today. Next up would be bill number 2024-0049. I need a motion for reading by title only, the first reading.
I make a motion for first reading of bill number 2024-0049, title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Oakum?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Guthrie?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
An ordinance for the City of Dixon requiring backflow prevention devices. I need motion for second reading by title only.
I'll make a motion for a second reading for bill number 2024-0049.
I'll second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Oakum?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Guthrie?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
An ordinance for the City of Dixon requiring backflow prevention devices. I need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve Bill number 2024-0049.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Oakum?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Guthrie?
Yes.
Three more. Bill 2024-0050. I need a motion for first reading by title only.
Make a motion for first reading by title only. Bill number 2024-0050.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Oakum?
Yes.
Trevor Warren? Michael Guthrie?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
An ordinance for the City of Dixon setting fees for certain types of permits. I need a motion for the second reading by title only.
I'll make a motion for a second reading for bill number 2024-0050.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Oakum?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Guthrie?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
In order for the City of Dixon set fees for certain types of permits, I need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve bill number 2024-0050.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wells?
Yes.
Stacy Oakham? Yes. Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Dunn?
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
Next up would be bill number 2024-0051. I need a motion for first reading by title only.
Make a motion for first reading, title only, of Bill 2024-0051.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wells?
Yes.
Stacy Oakham?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Dunn?
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
In order for the City of Dixon setting tap fees for new connections to water and sewer service, I need a motion for second reading by title only of 0051.
I'll make a motion for the second reading by title only of 2024-0051.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wells?
Yes.
Stacy Oakham?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Dunn?
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
In order for the City of Dixon setting tap fees for new connections to water and sewer service, I need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve bill number 2024-0051.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wells?
Yes.
Stacy Oakham?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Dunn?
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
Next up would be bill number 2024-0052. I need a motion for first reading by title only.
Make a motion for first reading of Bill 2024-0052 by title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wells?
Yes.
Stacy Oakham?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Dunn?
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
In order for the City of Dixon prohibiting private wells within city limits, I need a motion for second reading by title only.
Make a motion, second reading, bill number 2024-0052.
Second.
I have a question. Are we talking about only water wells or other external sources of water?
A private well.
I would say definition of private.
If I haul water to water my lawn and flowers from my private well outside the city, and am I creating a situation?
Because this
Just
is
said
pretty much
drill.
drilling a new well.
Yeah.
Really not.
Yeah, drill, private well.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wells?
Yes.
Stacy Oakham?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Dunn?
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
In ordinance for the City of Dixon prohibiting private wells within the city limits. We have first or second?
We're on the.
That's it first.
First.
No, that was the second. We're on the approved.
Oh. We're on approved now.
Yes. I'll make a motion to approve.
Sorry for getting things out.
It's all right.
I kept waiting for the discussion part of it, so
I keep a list,
where I wanted
right?
to participate, you know.
No, sorry.
I make a motion to approve Bill 2024-0052.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wells?
Yes.
Stacy Oakham?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Dunn?
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
City attorney resignation, as some of you guys know, Jeff's went on to be the prosecuting attorney for the county, so that means he can no longer be our city attorney. We've got a resignation letter, you should have it in front of you. I just need a motion to approve, accept his resignation.
I'll move we accept Jeff Thompson's resignation as the city attorney.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Nope.
Mary Wells?
Yes. Don't think it does any good.
Stacy Oakham?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Michael Dunn?
Yes.
Pass 5-1.
I have to
You're making
vote
food.
because I made a motion.
I think it'd be awesome if I had to be a tiebreaker.
Push it up in the meeting.
Bank signatures. We have to update those. I guess we missed. So our clerk, we have a resignation from the clerk too, so we'll have to put that in, guys. Let's put that right there. So I need a motion to accept the resignation from the city clerk.
Make a motion to accept the resignation of the city clerk effective the 4th of December. Yes. I let her go. Let her go.
I'll say.
Make her say.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Oaken?
Yes.
Trevor Warner?
Yes.
Michael Bennett?
Yes.
Pass six
So with
Are you
that,
offended that Anthony approves of your resignation, but not to us?
No, I
I would
I don't want to.
No, because too much about that, it was easy.
Didn't you notice the resignation in all of our voices?
Bank signatures, so we'll have to remove
Yes.
Natalie from the signature cards and the banks. We know that's a process, so we'll need approval for that. We probably should add Kelly as a view only. So, do you guys have any questions, concerns?
You don't know, she signs, don't she?
Oh, yeah.
She's a signer.
Okay, we'll do.
She's the signer for the meetings.
Yeah, last time. Good.
So just have them all the same.
I think we're all saying should remove Natalie from it. I think it should be good. That'd be easy to do.
Well, I don't know, did they want us listed the last time, and they want us to list?
Just in the minutes, just list removal of Natalie, and
Okay.
then we'll remain, put the remaining signatures on it. That should be sufficient, I think.
Okay, I'll make a motion to update all bank accounts with the Bank of Missouri and the Marys County Bank to remove Natalie Perez and leave all the other signatures as they are.
Can we get a second?
I'll second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Oaken?
Yes.
Trevor Warner?
Yes.
Michael Bennett?
Yes.
Pass six
Sludge disposal options, Nathan?
Yeah, I just wanted to open for a discussion for possibly purchasing land application equipment. We're currently paying pretty for source disposal. It's around, I think we paid $61,000 in 4 years in just disposal. And I laid out 3 options. The first option is purchase a regular vacuum truck or a water truck with retrofit for land application. Second option would be a tractor with a manure spreader. The third would be just to retrofit the equipment the city already owns into land application. It would be considerable savings over the next 5 years. And then funding wise, we do have $15,000 budget for sludge disposal this year. We have equipment rental for sewer we can take out of, and then there's some ARPA funding on that.
So what do you want to do?
I was gonna say, what's the best option?
Yeah.
Probably the best option is to get a truck. A vacuum truck.
Okay, the vacuum truck, or I'm guessing the water truck retrofitted is a field Jimmy, is that what you're calling?
Yeah, like a Jimmy, like a water truck, tracks and stuff that's retrofitted into a sludge truck. So the KSD pumps that would have to be purchased also because there's a sludge hauling station down at the treatment plant. That's a separate station from the return station and it pumps directly into the tank. So that would have to be purchased with it as well. It's $61.
So the only thing I would say is, do you think you can use a tractor for much else? Did go that route?
I thought, yeah, I mean, possibly, yeah. Would it have to be a 70 horse tractor?
What do you use a tractor for, though, Nate?
I mean,
I'm gonna be done with that, I don't know what the city would need.
unless we had a big bush hog for,
I mean, that little John Deere we use for most brush hogging.
I think it would probably suck to do with the tractor, wouldn't it?
No, they're probably pretty easy. With that hauling station, it should be really.
Well, it depends where you take it to, because if you take a long distance,
It's out of town.
the tractor tires, the buggy tires are gonna wear.
So the only thing I'm lacking on is
The
the
field
actual,
Jimmy tire.
the field. We don't really have a spot to spread yet.
How often are we talking about doing this application?
So from what I calculated, it'd be 80 to 100 loads on a 2,000 gallon tank. So a year, that's a year. So 80 to 100 loads a year with a 2,000 gallon tank. If you got bigger, obviously it'd be less, but
You say 100 loads a year?
100 loads a year. 80 to 1.
So if you did it quarterly,
20 to
That's not free, though. There's fuel and hours.
Fuel.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's this huge savings right off the bat for us.
Right, there's a
It pays for itself.
return.
Eventually.
It pays for itself in 2 years.
I think 2 years.
I
I haven't done the math.
100 trips a year?
I would look at it, where are you taking it? Are you taking it right down the road? Do you think-
No, I mean, the fuel.
We can find the
maintenance
maintenance
costs on the
insurance.
trucks, yeah.
So,
I mean, I think it's the right choice long term, but I don't think it's gonna pay for itself in 2 years.
yeah, and I pulled mine off
the
of
61.
looking at a lease of it, if we're looking at a tractor option, leasing a tractor first and see how it works out before we go out and buy a tractor just for that purpose.
I'd be heavily against a tractor. I think it's.
I don't want to buy a tractor and it just
If
says.
it's a long haul away. then-
Well, you said 100 trips a year. That's what you just said, right?
What?
You said 100 trips a year, 82.
That's
100 loads, yeah. On a 2,000 gallon tank, it'll be 80 to 100.
So I mean, it's not gonna sit.
And that's hauling a lot. That's
Two.
a lot.
2 a week, I mean, average.
Yeah. It'd probably be good, you know.
If you're on a tractor, it's gonna take 4 hours round trip average.
Better be cold.
Yeah.
Unless you-
Anybody who has a tractor's not gonna.
I don't.
Just buy a tractor.
If we
I
had,
just don't want
if
to
we had to field right by the street of place, it'd be great. That's the only thing I'm lacking is the actual site to spread. So I still gotta talk to some people.
I think there's plenty of farms within our community that, I don't think that's a huge issue, but still, you're gonna have to probably drive 5-6 miles with a tractor, that's not feasible.
At the town hall meeting that was here, what, a month or so ago, either Mayhew or Harwick One announced that there was still ARPA money available, but it was a 50-50 cost share. Okay, so that might have some impact if there's, might reduce the cost of purchase by 50%. And I would think that sludge removal handling ought to be a prime candidate for those kind of funds.
Yeah,
We don't have to have a
being that they
plan.
mandated, you would think so, Mike, but the world we live in. You would think so, but the world we live in is not always the case.
Yeah.
I agree.
You get between state and federal.
Don't we need a plan for what we currently have?
Mhm.
That's gotta be done by when this month, don't it?
Yes, right now we currently have 68,000 for our business.
Who do you price trucks?
I haven't got any quotes yet, so it's kind of hard to find out.
I think we're all for it, Nate. I don't think that's a thing. I think you need to find a truck, and let's go from there, and we can break down the cost and see what it works. I would stay away from a truck, or a tractor. I would highly recommend a truck.
So you guys need some hard figures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you bring us the hard figures, Nate, we can make that happen. I don't think anybody here is against it. I mean, even if it pays for itself in 4 years, it still makes financial
It's
sense.
a good deal. I was
Yeah.
paying 61,000 a full year.
And it keeps us from having to deal with the headache of the sludge truck directly. That's a whole other piece of pain in the rear. Looking at you crazy. You want to go through your day while you're cleaning up?
What's that?
You got any more for us?
Yeah.
Maybe go.
I just gotta get there.
We did 23 work orders in November. There were no water leaks, no outages reported. Water loss was a little high this month at 34%. We treated 5.1 million gallons at the wastewater treatment plant. On the street, we're working on digging the ditch deeper and replacing, we already replaced one culvert, we're putting an oversized in the ditch. It's about 60% complete. We had 2 occupancy permits issued this month. For the work crew, I went over all items at the wastewater treatment plant. We purchased, there were some minor compliance issues that we brought up to par. We received our spectral photometer and got $1,500 cheaper and a better product off eBay. It was brand new in the box. So we purchased some QC products. The wastewater treatment plant is 100% compliance. And we sent November EMR to DNR and what practice was passed.
Nice job.
Oh, good job, man. Thank you. Would the librarian like to give us an update?
Yeah, I don't have a lot this month. But, I don't know if you guys saw it, but we did finally get to share the final article from the American Library Association about the grant we received last year. If you didn't get to check it out, it's on our Facebook page. And then we will be participating in a Christmas event this Saturday. I know Mike will be there, but if anyone else wants to come out, we'll be there on Saturday at the elementary school cafeteria. We'll have a few vendors, DCA serving lunch, and we're gonna have photos with the Grinch and St. Ed and Mrs. Claus. That's about it that I have right now. And the new grant is submitted, so I'm just waiting on that, so.
When do you think you'll hear?
Huh?
When will you hear back about your grant?
Maybe not till April.
Okay.
That's the one that they take forever. I mean, it's a really large grant, so they have a lot to read through. It was like 50 pages, so.
Perfect. Do you have a police update? No?
Yeah, it's okay. That's you. That's you.
Chief apologize for the evening, as me stand in for a step. We wanted to explain that we are still looking for more personnel. One of the things we've gotten some applicants, but unfortunately they weren't the quality that we were wanting. We're trying to build quality over quantity. We understand that we are looking at power curves, getting more officers in here, but we are struggling right now. I think every department in the area is struggling to find the quality of officers. We have a system set up in a place to reach out to a couple different police academies to actually get into recruiting them and going in from there. We've increased going in as far as traffic stops and things of that nature. We're being out there, being vigilant, increasing our patrols. We're putting more hours actually on the street. So that's an increase for us. We also want to make sure that we understand the importance of staying vigilant during the holidays as far as locking doors and making sure if you have cameras, making sure that they're turned on and recording outdoor lights if they're turned on. And with the holidays, thefts and break-ins and things are on the rise. So again, during the holiday season, we're going to put as many more hours on the street as we can. But with just the two of us, it still stretches a little bit, but we're already working harder during the holidays. And then we have Shop at the Cop is on the 14th, and we'll be participating in that as well.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Need a motion to go into close with a 5-minute recess.
You might have looked down, we do not
You don't want to sit on resignation right now? Go ahead.
Performance evaluations have been completed. I passed out a handout to all the council of the bid summaries from the wastewater treatment improvement project. That the bid opening was November 14th. As of right now, Archer Elgin is working with DNR to see about possibly getting more funds. So we should hear something from them by next week.
Perfect. Thank you. Now I need a motion to go into close, 5-minute recess.
Make a motion to go into close with 5-minute recess.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Bond?
Yes.
Stacy Wilson?
Yes.
Trevor Moore?
Yes.
Mike Stebbins?
Yes.
Passes 7.
And that's all right.